Hey guys, welcome to the Trophy Life podcast. I'm your host, Tara Smith. From beauty to wellness, wife life, motherhood, and everything feminine in between, the Trophy Life podcast is a place where you can feel inspired and empowered and ultimately create the life that you desire and deserve. It's hot to romanticize your life, so grab a mocktail or your favorite cozy beverage and let's get into it. Hello, you guys. Welcome back to a very exciting and fun episode of Trophy Life podcast. I'm so excited for today's episode, and if you're watching on YouTube, there's no video today because we're just sticking with the audio for this episode. And you know what? Something is better than nothing, and I'm trying to get over being perfect, especially with my podcast, and I think being consistent is by far more important than being perfect every time. So anyways, I'm really excited for today's episode, like I was saying. So today we're going to be chatting about getting into the Christmas spirit. But of course, before we get into it, I'm going to give you any life updates and, of course, my 5 current obsessions, because we're just girls around here and we all love things that we're obsessed with. So life update wise, last Thursday was Thanksgiving. And this episode's actually going live in a very few hours from now. It's December 4th, which I can't really believe that it's already December. I'm like, wait, you're telling me it's almost 2025. Cool. It feels like it was just the 4th of July yesterday. And I'm like, oh, that was like 6 months ago, which is just so crazy to think about how fast the second half of the year flies by. I feel like the first half, it always feels longer to me, and I think the reason is that the second half of the year there's just so many fun events going on. Like I love the 4th of July. It's one of my favorite holidays. Next to Christmas, I would say that Christmas is my favorite, and then probably the 4th of July. So 4th of July, and then again summer in general. Like, who doesn't love summer? Summer ends around like September, and then my birthday is on the 8th of September, and then after that it's like fall time and just like holiday season, and then Christmas, and it's just such good vibes, and I feel like the time just flies by, where sometimes the beginning of the year can be kind of slow, which I don't mind, just a different vibe. Anyways, I just am like, I can't believe that we're already going into 2025. It's absolutely insane. So I've been thinking about my current obsessions, and honestly, I feel like there's always a lot. I was like really trying to think of some fun Christmas things that may help you get into the Christmas spirit. So the first thing on my list, which again, I'll explain why this gets me in the Christmas spirit, but it's walking around 10 a.m. like outside when it's cold and sunny, and then I'm listening to Christmas music, and I put my phone in my pocket and I'm listening to Christmas music. It is literally the best thing ever. And what I usually do is I wear a sweatsuit with earmuffs, and then I have a pair of gloves with me. I don't usually like to wear a coat when I'm going for like an hour-long walk, because I have noticed that I'm just so sweaty if I wear too much clothes and too many things on me. So I'm like, I can't do that. I have to keep it very simple. And I feel like I run hot in general, and I like, especially when I'm working out. So that's my number 1 on the list. Number 2 is the Alexandria Farms eggnog. I get this at Whole Foods, and I'm obsessed with their 100% grass-fed A2 milk. It's my favorite milk to get if I can't get my raw milk. I just cannot say enough good things about their brand. They have so many good products at Whole Foods. They don't put any weird ingredients in any of their products. Their eggnog, I will say, tastes different from like a traditional eggnog, because I would say it tastes more like a homemade eggnog. It's not going to have all those like chemicals and the crap sugar that's terrible for your thyroid and your hormones and your blood sugar and all that kind of stuff. So I really love it because, again, it feels like I can enjoy a treat that I love without sacrificing my health, if you will. And then number 3 is Heaven Mayhem earrings. I actually just placed a pretty big order from their Black Friday sale. It was like 40% off, and I was like, okay, I have one pair of these earrings, and like basically all I wear because their earrings are so cute. I'll link all of them on my Shop My in my like jewelry section. Their earrings are so cute and they look like they would be super heavy, but they're literally so lightweight. It feels like you're wearing studs, but you're wearing these big, chunky, really cute statement earrings. I'm obsessed with their brand and I was really excited to get some of those and just like have some really cute earrings for the holidays and of course just in general because again I'm just obsessed with their brand. So cute and very chic. Number 4 is cowboy colostrum powder in the vanilla flavor. I've been taking colostrum, let's see, I think for about a year and a half now, and I feel like it really has helped with my skin more than anything. And I don't think there's like, I'm not going to be someone who's going to say like there's one thing that's going to fix every problem because I just don't believe that at all. I think that wellness and beauty and your skin health and your gut health are so all connected to each other, mental, physical, everything. And there's so much more that goes into your skin looking good just besides like taking a colostrum pill. But I do think it's a good way to put it. Like almost like a tool in a toolbox that I kind of just use a part of my kit. Same I would like collagen powder, beef liver supplements, like all my heart and soil supplements, just all that stuff. Like everything together really helps. And I think this brand's great. So love me some colostrum. I also love the Equip powder as well. Their colostrum is great. I've gone through an entire jar of that. Okay. Number 5 is getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep every single night. I don't know what it is. I think it's just as soon as it gets dark outside, I immediately am like going to bed so much earlier. I usually go to bed at like midnight during the summer, but when it's cold outside, by like 10 to 10:30, like I'm out. Like for sure by 11 p.m., I've already been asleep for like at least 30 minutes, which is super nice. And I feel like I actually need more sleep in the winter. I don't know if there's like any scientific evidence behind that other than, I mean, women in general need like 8 to 10 hours of sleep. And I really feel like having a healthy thyroid, healthy hormones, healthy body, I feel like it helps with hunger cravings. I think it also helps with weight fluctuations. Like just having a really good sleep schedule and getting enough sleep is so slept on. So don't sleep on it. Get your sleep. Hot girls get 8 to 10 hours of sleep every night. And if you can't, try and get 7, maybe take like a little power nap or something. But I would personally really set that as a goal for yourself to get 8 to 10 hours of sleep because I think it's also a really good form of self-care and it's free, doesn't cost anything, and it has a lot of benefits. So, okay. So when I was thinking about like ways to get in the Christmas spirit, I was like thinking of all the different things that I do that help me get in the Christmas spirit personally. And I am such a big gift giver. In general, it's my favorite thing to do 24/7, like all throughout the year. It's not just a Christmas thing for me. Like I just really love being thoughtful with gift giving people something that maybe they couldn't get themselves. So like normally for my siblings' birthday gifts, I'll usually make them like a loaf of my sourdough or something, just because for me it's like the time and the thought put into the gift. I'm gonna take a drink from my Stanley really quick. And I'm not gonna cut this podcast at all because it's not being sent to my editor, so let me know how you like the very raw form of this episode. Okay. Also, sorry if you can hear Nova snoring in the back. Like I was saying with gift giving, it's something I really love, and I think that maybe we've lost a little bit of the art form of gift giving. Now, here's the thing. I completely understand that some people hate the process of getting a gift for somebody, maybe because they don't really feel like they have the confidence in it, or they're just like, I just want to buy something for someone that they actually want. And I totally get that. And it is hard because like I feel like especially when you are buying things for adults, it's really hard to get something for someone that's personal, that they actually will use, and that they actually would be excited about. So I'm going to give you some of my tips that I do personally if you're one of these people. And even if you're not, even if you love gift giving, I'm kind of a psycho and I like to not ask people for a list. I like to come up with ideas in my head. And the most thing that I will, like the most I'll ask of them is to answer some questions for me. And usually I already know the answers, but like I asked ChatGPT, for example, to come up with a questionnaire, and then I sent it to a few people that I was like a little bit stumped on, and I was like, I need something like, that's for these people, and I couldn't think of something, but I'll read you actually really quick what I texted them, because I said to ChatGPT, I was like, look, I'm stumped. I need help shopping for my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law. And the way that we do sibling gifts is we do either $50 a person or $100 total for the couple. We do that on both sides of my family. So, and I feel like it's really fun. I don't know how long we'll continue to do sibling gifts, but we just draw names. So we just have one couple basically every year. And so this was the questions that I texted both my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law. And I said, what is your favorite way to spend a cozy evening at home? I said, like, an example could be reading, watching movies, crafting, cooking, etc. What's a number 2? What's a hobby or activity you've been wanting to try but haven't yet? Number 3, what's your favorite snack or treat to indulge in? Number 4, what's something you always keep with you or you use daily? Example, water bottle, journal, lip balm, etc. Number 5, do you prefer experiences or physical gifts like tickets to an event, a subscription, or something that's tangible? I think that one's kind of dumb because I feel like most people are just going to say that they prefer an experience because people don't want to sound superficial, even if it's true that they would rather have something physical. So I don't know if I would actually ask that one again because I was like thinking about it and I was like, I don't know. Okay, number 6, what's your go-to drink order? I thought that one was so fun because you could get so creative with knowing someone's exact drink order. Number 7, what's one thing you absolutely love that others might not know about you? Just like something that's very niche about them. Number 8, if you had a free day with no responsibilities, what would you do? And the last one I said is like, what's a small luxury that you treat yourself to if you had the chance? Like, a silk pillowcase, a massage, getting your nails done, something like that. So, also I thought it was so funny that my sister-in-law replied to my text. She said her favorite treat was Takis, and I was like, I love this. Like, this is so fun. You could put together the most fun gift for somebody based on that. I'll actually tell you what I ended up doing for them. So, Cozy or Tie, if you're watching this, please just skip forward like 5 minutes. So what I ended up doing is I had heard from someone else. I was thinking about this because I bought them some Swedish candy because they both are obsessed with candy. And I feel like Swedish candy is like so fun and it's kind of like niche. And I ordered it from this brand. It's called Mums Candy. And they don't use any like seed oils or, what's the word? Like food dyes in their candy. And I was like, oh, I love that. So I was like, oh, I kind of want to get that for them. And I had bought some for myself and I was like, oh wait, this is good. And then I bought them a little bag after. And it's kind of expensive. It was like $25. So I kind of went over the budget a little bit, but it's okay because I made that decision before I landed on their main thing. So I know that they love cooking because on her TikTok, she's always posting different like cooking videos and TikToks. And I literally went through their TikTok and I was like looking to see if they had like a cast iron Dutch oven like pan. And I have a Le Creuset one, which Colby got me a bunch of Le Creuset stuff for Christmas last year, but Le Creusets are like $500 to $600 for a pot. And I was like, okay, I can't do that. So what's something, that I could do that's similar. And I found the cutest, I'm so obsessed with it. It's the cutest pot, and it's from, let me actually look up the brand because I actually can't remember the name of it, but I bought them the cutest Dutch oven little pot. I was going to get one from Sur La Table, but it ended up, I didn't like the vibe of it. And I should also mention that I asked my mother-in-law if they had mentioned that they wanted anything for Christmas, because I was just like, because I was just so stumped, because I was like, okay, the Dutch oven would be really cute. But then I was like, I could also get them like a sourdough kit. That could also be cute. But then the Dutch oven's nice because you could use it for sourdough. It's more of like an expensive item. And I'm always someone who wants to get someone something really quality versus like a lot of something. So she sent me their list, and I only really looked through them for like a few minutes. And guess what I saw on there? I freaking saw a Dutch oven, and it said that they wanted a green one. And the brand that I found, they had this really cute cream, and then they had a really cute, wait, did I say brown? I meant green. They had this really cute green color, and I was like, oh, I'm obsessed. So it's called Kana Lifestyle, Kana Lifestyle, and I looked up all the reviews on their website, and then also the New York Times had written something about them, and the person said that they loved it, and I was like, okay. I found a few other articles too, because I'd never heard of this brand, and I was like, I don't want to just like buy something that could suck, you know what I mean? And on their website, it seems like it has pretty good reviews, but also I feel like it's hard to get a good classic Dutch oven that's like the best quality. Like, you're not going to get something that performs like a Le Creuset for $100. And they were doing a sale, so normally their stuff is like $150, and I got it for $100. So I technically hit the threshold with $100, but I went a little bit over, and I'm going to put the Swedish candy just inside of the pot. I normally like to keep it as like a theme, so I wish I could have just like instead just got some sourdough things for them, but I didn't, so it's okay. But that's one thing I'm like super excited about. And they've only been married, I think, for like 2 years, so they're still building their collection of like nice home pieces. But again, I think it's a good stepping stone before you get a Le Creuset to getting like just like a cheaper version of, you know, a different Dutch oven. So I think, again, when it comes to Christmas gift giving, the fun thing is like thinking of the person, thinking of things that they might really love but not want to buy for themselves. Or again, when you're shopping for a couple, it's so fun because they also love to like rock climb, and I was like, that'd be really fun to like give them a membership to, you know, rock climbing place that they love. But unfortunately, it was way more expensive than $100, so I didn't do that. But I thought that would be really fun too, and then you put together like a cute date night basket or something. But I just think that the thought and the presentation of a gift is so fun, and for me, that's the funnest part about gift giving, is finding something that they maybe wouldn't really know that they wanted, even though this one they actually did end up saying that they wanted it. So I was like really excited, because I was like, okay, amazing. Now I'm not fully guessing, even though I think everyone could use a Dutch oven. Anyone who likes to cook specifically. So I hope that helps with giving some good, I don't know, just like Christmas gift giving ideas. Again, just think about the person. Really ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT has such good advice when it comes to stuff like this, and you could ask them fun questions, kind of like the examples that I gave. And yeah, I think it would help a lot. And I think it's a lot more fun than just like having someone send you a Christmas list and you just buy it for them, and there's no like personal connection. Like, the reason why I was thinking about getting them a Dutch oven, by the way, is because I am so obsessed with my Dutch oven. I love cooking sourdough in it. I love cooking soups, pot roasts in it. It's so good. Chili. It's amazing. So that's why I wanted to get it for them also, is because it's something I'm obsessed with. I wish I could buy them a Le Creuset, but, you know, for $100, still a really fun gift. Okay, so we've kind of covered the Christmas list shopping vibes. I will also mention I have a Shop My that has like, it's under the Christmas, or it might be called holidays section, and I have like some gifts for like your husband, your boyfriend, your brother. I don't really have any in the girls section, but really anything on my Shop My I am obsessed with. So I think I have one thing on like the for her list, but I can add my own personal gifts that I put on my own Christmas list as well. Because I actually did make a Christmas list. Here's the reason why. Let me actually tell you guys why I made a Christmas list. I was like, okay, I feel like I'm a really hard person to shop for. And what I do is I put like 20 things on there that I kind of like just think about over the year, or again, it could be something really random that I really want, but that way, and it's like something I'm not going to buy myself, or something that's not fully necessary, like it's just fun, like a necklace or just, something silly. I put that on there, and then if people ask, I'll give it to them. But it's more so something I want like to just give people ideas. That's why I put a lot of things on there and not just like 5 things, is because I want to still be surprised. And I'm so weird. I like try to forget what I put on my Christmas list, except for like a few things. Like last year I had a KitchenAid on there, and I'm really grateful that I put the KitchenAid and the color that I wanted, because my cute in-laws ended up getting it for me, and they're so sweet. And it's again one of those things that like I would have eventually bought for myself, but it's really fun to, receive a gift. And especially if someone's going to spend money, I get it. And especially when you're spending a lot of money, you're like, I don't want to just be shooting in the dark here. You could end up hating it. So anyways, I just think for me personally, I prefer to do gift giving, but I will say I start shopping for people in like September. So when it comes to Christmas, because I like to not be rushed. I like to have time to really think on a gift that I'm giving somebody, because I just really think there's like an art form to gift giving, and it's so fun when you really get into it. Like it's my favorite thing about the Christmas season, and I think a lot of people would love it if they just didn't feel so rushed. So I know it's kind of like late because it's already December 4th, and it does take a lot of effort and time, so I get it. I totally get it. Okay. Next up on getting in the Christmas spirit, we have activities. I'm such an activities girly, and when I think of activities, I think having a cozy night in, watching a Christmas movie, making a yummy dish or some treats. I think of specifically baking, I feel like even more than cooking. Christmas markets, or going sledding. Like if you live somewhere where it snows, which actually in Utah it hasn't snowed here yet. I don't think, actually it snowed twice, but it was like all melted by like 11 a.m. And just fun, like Christmas markets are actually my favorite. I really want to go sometime on a trip to Europe and go to like all their Christmas markets there, because they just seem so incredible and so fun. And I'm like, this is such a good vibe. We went to New York for Christmas a few years ago, and I was just obsessed with like the Bryant Park Christmas market. Oh my gosh. I will never recover. That was like one of the funnest Christmases ever. And so wherever you live, whatever city you live in, find something fun that's local, that's going on, and just have fun with it. Do some fun activities. It's just so fun to get out and do things that are fun for the Christmas season. Okay, I'm going to take another water break. Okay, so along with the holidays, Christmas, I would say Thanksgiving is the same way, but we're past Thanksgiving now, is I have for you some tips for staying sane during the holidays. Because let's be honest, I'm someone who's so obsessed with Christmas. Like it's crazy. Like I listen to Christmas music in July, okay? That'll kind of tell you where my head's at. And sometimes you just need a moment, right? You just need a moment to like recharge. You need some things that you can do that are good go-tos when you're like, okay, I need to stay a little sane here because I'm starting to feel maybe a little bit overwhelmed, maybe tired, maybe you're even just super happy, but you're like, okay, what are some things I can do to stay grounded? And I was thinking of some things that I do and some things that I think are really great to do, and I've seen good, I guess you could say, good results with. So the first thing is deleting social media off of your phone for a few days. And I think the reason why I like to do this is because I love social media and I love to doom scroll. I love to like just watch content. And I'm like, okay, sometimes I gotta like get off of my phone, get off of the social world and just be present and be bored. And I love that. I love the quietness that comes when you delete social media off your phone. And if you're feeling extra crazy, you can even just turn your entire phone off and put it in a drawer in a room in your basement or something, or in a different room or in your nightstand. Actually, I would not put it where you sleep. I would put it somewhere else, like, again, in your basement, or if you live in an apartment, put it in like your kitchen cabinet, just put it somewhere really random, or an office. And I love the fact that when my phone is off, I don't even know what's going on. My phone's just, you know what I mean? Like you're just fully unplugged. Like it is the best feeling ever when you know that nobody can reach you. I don't know why. I think it's because I hate when people just like demand your time just because they're calling or just because they're texting you. It's like, you are not entitled to my time. And I think because everyone has a cell phone now, people feel like they are. And I just very much so disagree with that. And I think that we would be so much better off as a society if we did not think like that. So again, I think it's really great to do. The next thing is, of course, this is like really obvious, but if you haven't already, just set boundaries with yourself, with your friends, people in your family. You don't have to like say anything to them, but just when I think of boundaries, I think of if someone invites you to something and you don't want to go, you say, sorry, I can't make it, but I'd love to. Let's, if you want to do something with them, say that. If you don't, then you don't. And that's totally cool. Again, you don't owe anybody anything. And I think, again, this time of year can just be so chaotic that I don't really have, I don't know, I feel like it's hard to have the attitude of like, oh, I'll be everywhere and do everything all the time, because it's just like, that's so exhausting, and I don't feel like that's realistic at all. And everybody needs time to recharge in their own way. So one thing that Colby and I did to kind of set boundaries, if you will, which I feel like this is the hardest thing, anyone who's married can probably relate to this, is figuring out a schedule on how you're going to split holidays with families, in-laws, cousins, aunts and uncles, friends, all the things. So Colby and I last year, we were like, okay, we're going to come up with a schedule that is the exact same every year. It's what we do. And that's just how it's always going to be. So what we decided is that every year we're going to spend Thanksgiving with Colby's family every year. And my parents usually actually this year they did a Thanksgiving on like the Sunday before Thanksgiving, and everyone was able to make it. And I was like, great. Every year my parents know we'll be with the Smiths for Thanksgiving. And then for Christmas Eve, my parents always get priority on Christmas Eve. So we felt like that was a pretty good trade-off. And we want our kids to like grow up with the same thing that they can expect every year. And I just think it's so much better for us where we're not like just so stressed, because it was starting to be too much where for us mentally it was just like so draining, and the amount of energy you're spending on like trying to get everyone's schedules to line up, like also that's just never going to happen. So anyways, it's just better to do that. And we also thought about doing like everything one year with one family and then the opposite, but I was like, but then there's no consistency. And I want the consistency specifically for when we have kids so there can be traditions. So that was kind of our reasoning behind that. Okay. The next thing that I will say, which I feel like a lot of people don't think about this being something that can help you stay sane, I think it is. And I'll tell you why. I think finding people around you that maybe need a friend or, are in need of some way. Maybe you have a neighbor that had surgery and they need like dinner, or they could use, help, or maybe you have a friend who just had a baby or something like that, just taking them dinner one night, like stuff like that. I feel like it goes so far. And when you're not thinking about yourself, I feel like it just makes you happier. And it's just like life's not that serious. And when you're focused on helping other people, it makes you happier. So I'm like, I don't even make the rules. That's just how the world works. I think when you don't think about yourself so much, I think there's good that can come of that. So I think also donating your time is really great. Like you could volunteer at like a shelter, or again, you can make people cookies. You could also donate money too, which is always great, especially during the Christmas season. There's always families that, could use extra funds for their kids for Christmas. So I always think it's really good to get involved with your local community and help out in any way that you can. And I also just think that there's no better way to even get in the Christmas spirit other than like giving back to people and again, helping out in the community. And it's so simple, and all you have to do is just put effort into it. Sometimes I just feel like we just, as humans, complicate things where it's really just so simple. And one thing, if you like, maybe if you have a hard time thinking of like, oh, someone else will do it, or why would someone even care, or why is it important? I think one thing you could just think about is just think how either you would feel if you were someone that was in need. Maybe you are somebody that's in need, or a family member if you have somebody, and just thinking about how it would make a difference in their life. And I feel like I feel like it helps to just have perspective on things like that. So that's my 2 cents with that. The next thing I would say is, which I kind of already said this, but take time for yourself to just recharge when you need it. And I just wouldn't apologize. I feel like as a society, especially in American culture, we say sorry for things that we don't need to say sorry for. And I think that psychologically, it can kind of like mess with you when you're like, oh, sorry, I can't come tonight. Which, like, again, you can be polite, but I think you don't have to say that you are sorry. It's like, you can say something like, oh my gosh, your party sounds absolutely incredible. I can tell you've put so much effort into this. And then just, you don't even have to say anything. You don't even need to explain yourself. You can just say, I won't be able to make it, but thank you so much for the invite. And I think that when you talk like that to people, I'm sure there's like psychological reasoning for this, but this is just something that I believe. I don't like to over apologize in general because I'm not sorry for it also, because again, in my mind, no one's owed your time, no one's owed your energy, and that's really great and super awesome that they want to create a memorable, night. Sorry, my throat is so dry. I just keep having to drink water. But again, if you need to like take time, recharge, because again, there's just so much that's going on this time of year. Totally cool. Totally fine. And the last thing is just have fun and be grateful. I feel like those 2 things people also sometimes can forget about by getting kind of just thrown into the hustle and bustle of the holiday season and everything that goes into that. But I really just think that having fun and having an attitude of gratitude goes so far. Just having a good mindset. It's just, there's nothing that can come out of that that's wrong, but you have to be genuine. You can't like be like lying to yourself. Think of things that in your life that you're really grateful for. Think of things that, make you happy. Put yourself like sit up straight, smile, just, I think there's a lot to be said with like how your body language is really affects your mental and really like also physical state of your mind. And so, yeah, I just think having fun and being grateful is great. And there's, again, nothing bad that can come out of that. Okay, that wraps up today's episode. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I certainly loved putting this list together when I was thinking of things, and maybe we'll have to do like a part 2 because I feel like there's so much more that goes into it, but I feel like these were like the main things that we talked about. And let me know if you do want like an episode on like gift guides. We could dive even deeper into gift giving, but again, you kind of heard my 2 cents, and everything's also going to be on my Shop My for ideas that I do have or things that like my husband loves. I kind of just put things that he loves already on there. I actually did get a lot of fun stuff for him for Christmas. He had this we got him this suit in New York in fall of last year. Or it was, yeah, because I was in New York with Sephora and he flew out because I was doing some meetings with some brands for a few days. And we we had someone taking care of our laundry, and they washed his suit, and it was like this $800 suit. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy him some new suits from the same brand. They were having a really good Black Friday sale, so I got him some really nice suits for like 50% off of the regular price. So I was so excited about that. And I don't know if they're still doing the sale, but it was from Banana Republic. They have the cutest suits for men, and they have really good, like, it was like his was that he had was like 100% wool, and yeah, anyways, it was put into the washer and the dryer, so it got ruined. But I think he's gonna be really excited, and I'm really excited to give it to him. And again, it's something that like he wouldn't buy for himself, but it's something that I know that he needs, and he was really sad about that. So I hope that he's just like super excited to get 2 in the place of 1 that was ruined. So oh my gosh, my throat. Okay, you guys, I love you so much. I will see you on Tuesday. Have an incredible first weekend in December. I hope your Thursday is great, and I hope your weekend is amazing. I love you tons, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. If you enjoyed it, make sure to join the Trophy Life Club. It's a free community for the girls by yours truly, and it's on Instagram. It's just at Trophy Life Club. You can also follow me at Tara Kelly Smith on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. If you have an extra minute, I would also love and super appreciate if you would review the podcast. This will just help us reach more women who could use a little TLC, aka Trophy Life Club, in their life. So I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.